Located in the cradle of humankind lies the hidden gem, Kinjara Lodge. We decided to make a stop over and explore this home away from home. We catch up with Ronnie, who whips up some great appetizers for us.
Okay, hi, my name is Ronnie. I've been here for 5 years. I enjoy working behind the bar. And then my favorite drink that I serve, it's a brandy special. People like it because it's a bit cheaper. Just imagine a double brandy with one Coke for only 60 Rand. Yeah, that's why people like it a lot. Okay, this is Kinjara Lodge. People like to come here for festive season to enjoy with their families. And we have nice rooms, nice garden, and we have cheap food. And then we have lots of specials every week and every weekends. And then we have music, people they like enjoying. And then we also have places where kids enjoy themselves. We have jumping castles, swimming pools, and a lot of stuff.
My name is Patrick. I've been working in Kinjara for 11 years. We specialize with game dishes. And our game dishes are springbok fillet and ostrich. People that do like it come on the weekends, come with the kids and play around. This is where people are sitting when they're having a lunch, ordering a lunch. The waiter will come and serve them. And this is the 2 tables that we put in front of the door. People will enjoy and sit. Down here, there's an extra tables where people will have a lot of people. They can choose the spots where they can sit. Normally, when we've got the music, we put the music on the gazebo down there. So they've got plugs, they've got everything there. People that can sit on the garden and enjoy. And if you've got the kids, coming with the kids compound, we've got a swimming pool, then they can swim and enjoy themselves. This is the garden. This is our garden.
Surrounded by greenery, luscious trees, this is nature at its best. The tranquil setting is what makes this a great place of peace and relaxation for that much-deserved getaway. Set on a farm, the vast open serene spaces are ideal for your family activities. Well, thanks Johannesburg. We're set off to Durban to attend a night at the gallery. The scene has been set, guests have arrived and are busy networking over an array of canapes and cocktails. Guests were delighted to explore the local art scene and what is available in Durban.
business feature is looking at someone who's a very young lady who's here in Umhlanga, the Pearl. She has a beautiful art gallery, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about her business. And a very funny story. We found this. We were kind of walking around, and we said, "Oh wow, that's a beautiful. Those are some beautiful paintings." And then I was walking around, and then I saw the same name on every painting, and I looked at Brandon, who's my project manager, and I said, I think the same person painted all of this. So we had a little chat with her, and I want to introduce you guys to Devika. Devika, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. And thanks for popping by. I mean, it's great having you guys here.
Thanks for allowing us into your home. I mean, this looks like your sanctuary. I mean, looks like where your therapy happens, your Zen happens, your yoga happens. This seems to be your safe space. Tell us a little bit more about your painting, and tell us, where did it all begin?
My art and painting itself, just being creative, started as far as 5 years old, I think.
Wow.
That's how long ago I've started artwork, and it's evolved since. And it's one of the constants in my life. So I've done lots of different things, from medical to corporate.
Wow.
But art has always been a constant, and it's a passion of mine. I've always wanted to eventually live off it, and this is it. I've set this up so I could actually exhibit my life's work and hopefully get everyone to come and appreciate art and creativity. Hi, so you like this piece?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bright, happy piece. It's done on plexiglass. It's a more modern contemporary piece. It's an abstract. So it just depends on which way you want it. You could have it vertical, or you can have it horizontal. So does it speak to you? What does it say to you?
Beautiful mix of lively colors.
Yeah, absolutely.
But don't, sometimes there's a
Yeah.
fear. There's a fear that too much of academic is going to ruin the rawness of who you are as a creative, And do you have those fears that the more you walk into a class and learn all of these techniques, that it's going to take away from the rawness that has brought you to where you are at the moment?
Yeah, well, that was always my fear. However, I'm rebellious in nature from the time I was a little child. So you give me rules and regulations, and I'm going to try and break it.
Yeah.
So, or try to diversify from what is acceptable and what I can actually add to it.
Yeah.
So in all of my works, I've added an extra element to it that makes it a little more interesting to the viewer. So it just brings a new aspect to it. Like the previous painting, this is also mixed media pieces, both of them. They're 1.5 by 1 meter each, and it's more depicting the style and technique of wiggles and free flowing. It just shows freedom of expression. And the reason I've used the content in these paintings is to show our legacy, our culture, and of course, heritage. I mean, we all are in that era of time where we have to capture a snapshot in time. Another painting of mine is portraying legacy, heritage, and culture that I, as an artist, has been exposed to. These paintings are also 1.5 meters by a meter and done in mixed media, of keeping with modern contemporary abstract theme, and the wiggle and the scribble kind of technique that I've done in these paintings. It shows freedom of expression as well. And these paintings have been inspired. One of the reasons is I've met Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and it's also part of the journey in my life where I managed hotels, and he stayed in one of the hotels that I managed. And it was such a pleasure to meet with him, and he signed some of my paintings. An absolute gentleman to have met. So I feel very, very privileged to have met these icons in my time.
When someone looks at a piece of work, they think, "Oh, I could do that." I mean, it's a perception. Oh, I could get some paint, and I could, But they don't understand the intricate nature of creating that sort of artwork or that art form and what goes into it. Because every time you do a painting, you leave a piece of yourself in it, right?
Absolutely. So an artist's signature is leaving a piece of themselves in it. Either from the influences they've had during their life's journey, or maybe a special technique or skill that they've adapted over the years and they apply to most of their paintings. So that's basically what I've done as well. It was a little bit of a journey for me because I couldn't quite find my style. I was like fitting into the norms of the groups that are joined or whatever just to be similar and fitting in. But I realized that as an artist, you can't fit in. You need to actually stand out. I have this affiliation to Madiba because I met him in 2006. And we discussed that before. I mean, meeting him was the highlight of my life. So I tend to keep painting Mandela, but I was hoping to portray him in a more modern contemporary style, using abstract, more with the times. Being an interior designer, I also need to do pieces that are going to fit in. I need to sell art. So this piece is inspired by a legend, somebody who's left a legacy behind. This piece is called After the Anarchy, and it's inspired by the looting and the rioting that's happened recently in 2021, July. And it was 2 weeks of absolute terror for all those living in and around the areas that were looted. And every day I would come into the studio and put in a word that expressed how I felt, because I was literally in the middle of everything. And my experience with the terror that was happening inspired me to put it down on canvas. So the graffiti that I've used is to show the way people have felt. Graffiti is generally used on walls and to defy the norm of expressing yourself. So I've used that in that way to show what has happened, showing that we need peace after the anarchy, showing that we need justice for all, because we found that for all the different races were fighting against each other or getting to a point of fighting against each other. And eventually we find that these all the race groups come together and rebuild what was destroyed. In the painting, we also see that the hands, which portrays that kind of rebuilding, as well as the hands that have got numbers on them. The numbers portray the fact that we are but a number when it comes to a time of anarchy. People are doing a countdown instead of looking at lives individually, that there's life that's being lost. So the value of life has become immaterial at that point.
And we're ready for our second event for the evening. We visit the oldest night venue in Durban who survived the storm of life. They bring to Durban some of the biggest names in the music business, and we are about to meet one of them, Dr. Victor.
Wash away my troubles, wash away my tears. I wanna go to
Dr. Victor, welcome to Dining and Vibing in SA. It is so great to have you in Durban. You are a talented musician and singer. When did you first fall in love with music?
Probably when I was about 9 years old, 7, 9 years old, way back in Kimberley. I was still in primary school. And when my father bought me a guitar, I just started noodling on a guitar. And that's when the music bug got me. And ever since I've been just hooked to music. I knew from an early age, when I was a child, I wanted to be a professional musician.
Everyone knows the name Dr. Victor. You have most certainly made your mark in the music industry. So tell us, what keeps you going?
What keeps me going is to see the people come back. My age, I'm going for 59 now, and almost 60, and just to see my age group come to our shows with their children and their grandchildren, and they all come to party with the oldies. It's like Give Me Hope, Joanna, Shambhala, Tambai, Pretty Blend, and all those. But it's new, not only the older generation, it's the newer generation who's coming to listen to our music as well. And it's just awesome. Dr. Victor, I'd say probably our third name change from Young Ones to CC Beat and then to Taxi, and then Dr. Victor, actually our fourth name change to Dr. Victor and the Rasta Rebels. We were struggling back in Hillbrow days in Johannesburg, downtown Johannesburg, and we were 4 singers, but we only had 2 microphones. So I always used to fix the microphones, and every time if I don't fix the microphone with my soldering machine, then I fix the keyboard. So they called my friends nicknamed me Dr. Victor, the microphone doctor, hence the name Dr. Victor on my first debut album, Tambai.
You have opened for a number of great artists, including Paul Simon, Gloria Estefan, and Janet Jackson. How has that experience been like?
It was awesome to go from 1,000 people to 40,000 to 60,000 people to a stadium. You know, Kings Park Stadium in Durban, Ellis Park Stadium, Johannesburg Stadium. It was just awesome to go from a small audience to. It was my first experience to play in a stadium. It was just awesome. Thanks to Tina Turner, Janet Jackson, and Paul Simon, and all these people.
Wow, that is amazing. As we all eagerly await your performance tonight, what can we expect from you?
We were going to do a mixture of the oldies and just make sure everybody's entertained. Make sure there's birthday wishes. Go from a reggae set just to all of our catalog. We've got about 18 CDs out here, so it's a lot to try and cramp it all in 1 hour. You gotta think, you know. So we're gonna do that when we get there. But we've got experience. We've got a great team, and we're just gonna make sure everybody's entertained.
Joining me today on Dining and Vibing in SA is Calvin Pillay, the manager of the Dance Cafe on North Coast Road. Welcome to Dining and Vibing in SA.
Thank you.
The lifespan of clubs are normally very short. What is the secret to the longevity of the Dance Cafe?
Okay, the club has been open for the last 17 years. As you know, that a lot of clubs have opened and closed over a short space of time, which they don't last. The secret to the Dance Cafe being as successful as it is up to today is the kind of music that we provide to the patrons who come here, who are more the middle to the elder, and people come far from North Coast, South Coast, all different areas, even as far as Maritzburg, who travel to this place, who feel safe in this environment. We have top security personnel, where we have a few incidents, not like other places where you have a lot of problems. And I think people feel safe in the club, that they can come in here, have a good time without being harassed by anybody, and when they leave, they can go safe home. Also, we provide food which has taken to the hearts of the people and the mouths of the people, where they keep coming and asking for more. They would phone through and ask them to prepare certain things and come in here and just eat. And we have a DJ as well here who's been like forever. The kind of music he plays suits people, and I think that's what contributes to the longevity of this particular club.
Our next guest is Calvin Wesley Pillay. Mr. Pillay, welcome to Dining and Vibing in SA. You support a lot of local artists. What inspires you to do so?
Thank you for having me on your show, first of all.
It's our pleasure.
It's an absolute honor to be here. What inspires me to do what I do? Every day I wake up, I have no inspiration really. I just wake up and try to do the right thing every day. So,
you have built the hashtag Team Westleigh brand, which has been doing phenomenally well. Tell us a bit about yourself.
So hashtag Team Westleigh was a concept that we developed to empower artists during COVID times. So what we've done is we sponsored artists at that time when they didn't have any gigs. So hashtag Team Westleigh was created by me to sponsor drum sets, harmoniums and things like that to our culturally diverse youth, that were struggling to make an income. So that's what we did, and eventually it grew to 135 million views currently. Hashtag Team Westleigh currently is the largest hashtag in South Africa. people that belong to it are people like Anna, Notorious, Nourish Foods. You have a lot of different social media influencers. Some of them are ranked in the top 20 in South Africa and in Africa. And those are the people that we sponsor, and they give back. What they've done is they're giving back their services to the community, charitable organizations, blanket drives that we run. Currently going to be doing the rice drive that's coming up on Heritage Day. Those are the initiatives that make me wake up in the morning and feel happy. My message to everybody out there is, my name is Calvin Pillay. My parents gave me the name Calvin. My name is actually Pillay. I've received various awards from communities, from schools that I've worked for. And my message to everybody out there is, happiness is free. Don't wait to be rich to be happy.